Views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its host, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities that they represent. All right. Y'all know what time it is. It's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. We are live inside Steppin, doing what we here to do. We came here to do something tonight, y'all. We're going to do it. We're going to talk about all things Steppin like we always do. Y'all know I love talking about all things Steppin because guess what? I love Steppin. That was simple, wasn't it? I can't help it. Linda Sanders, how you doing? Thank you for checking in. Dennis Howard Hodges. Pastor D is in the building all the way from San Diego, California. I hope the weather down there is well, because you know these last couple of days have been pretty rough out here on some of our Steppin family across the country. Brenda Montgomery is in the building. You know, Brenda, I'm glad that you came on tonight because I'm going to talk about you. Ha. What's up, Shanette Haywood? Easy. The good doctor is in the house. Y'all, the weather been bad across the country. You know, it's kind of crazy out here. I don't know if we're having, what do they call it? La Nina or El Nino or global warming. I ain't sure, but whatever it is, it ain't good. Jerome Cook is in the building. What's going on? What's up, Fly Diva in the house? That DJ extraordinaire. Yeah, Fly Diva, I see you. Yeah, you moving around out there these days. I see you. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, too. We're going to talk just a little bit about some DJ stuff. Because I heard a rant this week that I thought was pretty interesting. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of that while we on the show tonight. Mr. Maurice Turner had a lot to say about upcoming DJs. And I thought it was I didn't get to finish watching it. That's kind of messed up. But still, a lot of good information. You know, you guys might want to turn over there and check him out. Y'all excuse me 1 second while I take this call. What's going on, bro? Man, I was calling. Y'all, we might be having a surprise guest on in a little while. I'll let you know something when he come through. Anyway, sorry about that. Excuse me. I had to take a phone call. That's rare. I don't take phone calls on my show. Anyway, so y'all, we had a phenomenal weekend. And I want to talk about that a little bit right quick. We were in Houston, Texas, y'all, for Daryl Smooth Greenwood and Ron Brown, Stepper's Lounge. Y'all, Marshawn Young came through and tore the roof off the studio. Larry Duncan's place over there in Houston, Texas, called The Studio. Excellent event. We had a fantastic time. I don't have enough good things to say about everything that we experienced this weekend, but I'm going to tell you what was, to me, the highlight of my weekend had to do with really the people I was hanging out with. Shout out to my man DJ Vic up there in Dallas. Vic tore it up Friday night over there in the studio. DJ Vic came through and clowned, y'all. Valeria Connor, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Darlene Mann's in the building. Yeah, DJ Vic came in, man, and he did his dang own thing. He tore it up. And Marshawn Young came through, man, and did her concert. It was fantastic. You guys can go and check that out. You can go on the YouTube channel or you can go down on my Facebook timeline, but YouTube is easier. And you can go check out what we streamed the event from on YouTube from the studio on Friday night. It was really good. The Steppers Lounge, Daryl Smooth Greenwood and Ron Brown every single third Friday in Houston, Texas. Also, on Saturday. Faces of Houston showed up and showed out and did their usual thing on that third weekend. Celebrated all the birthday celebrants. Fantastic event. We had a really, really good time. But I'm going to go back to what I said a minute ago. While we were fellowshipping this weekend, y'all know how I am about relationships. And I encourage people to build relationships. And if you have not completely burnt all of the bridges around you, work to rebuild some of those bridges. Amanda Russell, hey, what's going on? Linda Basell in the building. Demetri Kelly, I see you. Yeah, you know, to me, it is important that we develop our relationships with the people around us. Y'all know I always say, you know, in this Steppers community, sometimes we get a little too friendly with some of the wrong folks. And it's important that we get to know each other, you know what I mean, and on levels that are better for everybody. You know, it makes things go a lot smoother when we're trying to do something out here. Now, there are a lot of beefs going on around the Steppers world. One in particular that needs to be squashed quite quickly because it's causing a rift and messing with other people's money. And folks need to figure out ways to fix these things because, see, at the end of the day, it's you, the consumer, who ends up paying for other people's transgressions and other people's aggressions. So we need to do better, y'all. So third weekend in Houston was phenomenal. My man, Co-Chiefs, Big Chief Productions over there at the Red Rooster for the legendary third Sunday. So look, let me tell y'all now, if you make it to Houston, when you hanging around Houston, if you just happen to be there, lucky enough to be there during the third weekend, man, you're gonna have a fantastic time. The hospitality is off the chain, and it's just a beautiful thing. Kevin G. Durham in the building, DJ Special K. You can't go wrong. Arjanelle Anderson, I see you when you're in Houston on third weekend. Faces of Houston did their thing. Tracy Lacey over there with her partner Bonnie Dare and the rest of the crew. And I'm you know, the Faces of Houston, this is one of the things a lot of other cities could take a note, a real serious note from Houston, because despite their differences, the problems, whatever, you know, the typical stuff that goes on around the whole country with people, despite any of that, they manage to work together. And there is nothing more beautiful to me than when I go to an event in Houston and I see Faces of Houston members and people who are just a part of the community all there together, putting that floor together, assembling the floor, putting the sound systems together, decorating the tables, making sure everything is on point. So no matter who shows up, the place is presentable. It's beautiful, actually. And everybody just works together. If we could all just get away from, you know, put our feelings aside sometime and do what they're doing and work together to make an event be something that benefits your entire city, actually. Man, that's something that people just need to really do. Especially here in San Antonio. Y'all know what it is. But like I said, don't forget my man Cochise over there. Legendary third Sundays at the Red Rooster. That is always a good time. Tonight, y'all, we were supposed to have my man, Mr. J Most, on because his event is coming up here at the end of the month. Kenneth Wynn, what's happening? I see you. J Most and the Command Steppers over there in Minnesota were supposed to be coming up they're coming up at the end of the month. They were supposed to come on the show tonight. Unfortunately, they are suffering from terrible, terrible weather up there in Minnesota right now. So y'all keep them in your prayers, and hopefully everyone up there in Minnesota, Valeria Connor, I see you over there. Everything goes well and they don't suffer too much damage and that type of thing. But I do know for a fact that a few people have power outages like many do in Houston. When we got to Houston this weekend, y'all, they got hit so hard. Trees was bent over sideways and broken off and roofs was hanging, and it was a bad scene up there. I didn't realize it was that bad. I really didn't. But, you know, this is what's happening right now. The weather's just doing what it does. And you know, we just got to hold on and hope we don't get blown away. I see you, Trina Allure, in the house. Trina, a little bit later on, you might want to chime in. We can talk about your event coming up here in Huntsville and make sure the people understand and know what's going on. So yeah, y'all keep the people up there in Minnesota in your prayers, as well as the people in Houston. We got a lot of people without power right now, and they're going through things. So we all are, we're doing what we do, and we don't really think too much about it until it affects us. So let's try not to keep people out of our minds until something happens to one of us. So everybody stay safe out there, because I don't think we out of the weather window yet. There's still a lot more going on. Now, for y'all, do me a favor too. I'm working toward trying to get me some more TikTok people. Y'all go on Inside Steppin on TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button so we're almost at 1,000. We need 1,000 followers so we can go live on TikTok as well. So y'all hook a brother up and hit that thing over there. Now, tonight's show, y'all, what I really want to do here tonight, now y'all got to work with me, right? This is an open forum. Tonight's show is an open forum. I want you guys to ask questions. I want you to get things off your chest. I want you to talk about the things that you want to see and hear from this show, as well as around the communities throughout the country. Now, last week, y'all, we got a lot of feedback from last week's show. We talked about the ladies and asking men to dance. I have had so many women approach me and thank us for the show, because it not only reiterated things that they've been saying, but it also helped some people to get some better understanding. And it made a lot of women feel a lot more comfortable about asking men to dance. Therese Cummins in the house. Daryl Smooth Greenwood, I see ya. Adrian Banfield Norris in the house. It's important that we lay these foundations, because there are a lot of people, man, that are so new to the Steppin community. And there are behaviors like women asking men to dance that they're just not accustomed to. And I want to make sure that we make it clear that it's okay. You can do that. You can do that here with us. We, in this community, you're open to be able to do it. Rochella Palmer is in the house. What's up, Rochella? That's my girl right there. And that was what last week's show was about. So if you did not get an opportunity to check that out, please go and do so. Lady Lisa in the building. Lisa Luckett. That's my fairy godmother right there. I call her the fairy godmother, y'all. Anyway, that's a joke between me and her. But you gotta, you have to take the opportunity to get your dance on, because that's what it's all about. You don't spend that much money, that much time, that much energy going to a set to not dance, to sit down. So you ladies, get up and ask these men. Again, you can go back and recap that show. You can watch that show. Go on the YouTube channel and look it up. Ladies, when ladies ask men to dance. Now, two things I forgot to mention when we were talking about that subject last week. So let me do this. Norma Wilson, there go my girl Normal in the house. One of the fun girls. One thing that I forgot to mention is that a lot of promoters, like ladies and gentlemen, and I'm putting this out for my promoters that do keep up with the show. You guys, it doesn't hurt to have what we refer to as dance ambassadors. Thank you, Tony Cato in the house. She just hit the TikTok page. Y'all go over there to TikTok and hit that follow button on Inside Steppin so we can get this thing kicked off over there. But the dance ambassadors are an excellent touch, an excellent, little bit of housekeeping. One of those things that little extra something that you do to make it more interesting for people to show up. Kenneth Wynn, yes, throw Sadie Hawkins parties. Well, we don't have to throw Sadie Hawkins parties because our dances are Sadie Hawkins every day. Because the ladies, they get up and they got to ask the men to dance. Not have to, but it's a common practice in our community. So and I did mention that in last week's show. Chalice Wilkes in the house. I see you. Thank you for coming through. And so, it's one of those things where it's kind of important that we establish and nurture these understandings and normalize it being okay for the ladies to roll up and be like, hey, you dancing tonight? And the fellas have the opportunity to say yay or nay, just like the ladies do. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this enough. I cannot reiterate this enough. Don't take it personal if somebody doesn't want to dance with you at the time. You know, I see people getting their feelings. You know, women, y'all don't accept rejection. And I don't want to even call it rejection. Y'all don't like to take no for an answer as easily as men do. I mean, we get rejected constantly. Men talk to women, I ain't want to talk to you, get away from me. And we just be like, okay, well, we gonna go the other way. Ain't no biggie. You know, y'all take it the same way. It ain't no big thing. It ain't nothing but a thing, chicken wang. So you do what you do. Oh, and let me give shouts out. I forgot about this part, and I apologize. Shout out to my birthday girls down there in Houston. Iris, Jackie, and my girl Kim Davis. They were birthday celebrants. I think I don't remember if it was somebody else. I don't, y'all know my memory going bad. Where's my girl that's always telling me I need Prevagen on here? She ain't on the show yet. Beamer Johnson, what's up, Beamer? That's my girl right there, Houston, Texas, in the house. And so I'm saying that to say, let's make sure that we normalize that it's okay and that they shouldn't feel some kind of way. They shouldn't feel funny. They shouldn't go through any kind of changes. They ought to be able to just do their thing and come on through. Kathleen Rose Davis, I see you in the house. You should be able to just do what you do. You come through, dance, have a great time, and take it on to the house. Now, the other thing the promoters are doing that I think is a great touch, and this is the other part that I forgot from last week, is that a lot of the promoters are now stopping the party at particular points and having all the fellas come to the floor, and they'll stand in one direction of the floor, and they'll say, okay, ladies, go out on the floor. If you haven't had a dance, go out on the floor and grab a guy to get your dance on. And they wait until everybody is paired up. All available men in the room are up. DJ, play your box. Boom, everybody get their dance on. Then when that song is over, they turn to the other side of the room, northeast, southwest, y'all. And then they'll say, ladies, come to the floor, pick a guy, let's go to work. Do it again, and we do it again until all the ladies in the room that want to dance get one, regardless of whether they have danced that night or not. It does not matter. And the fellas get up and they are participating, and that is a wonderful thing because they get out there and ain't nobody too good to be out there. They get out there and they get their dance on. I love that. Valeria Hampton in the house. Black Knight, I see you. So this is something that needs to happen on a more regular basis. Now, I'm going to add to this by saying one thing that is becoming evident painfully. Man, I don't know if I can say painfully, but it's becoming evident to me. And that is that moving toward the future in the stepping arenas, I think that a lot of events are about to fall by the wayside. I think that we are going to be losing a lot of events. Now, Letitia Jackson, I see you. Thank you for coming through. I'm going to say this. DJ JC, there are events. It's kind of like when people die. You be like, oh, I hated to lose that person. And then somebody else, then the other person be still, they be like, why didn't that person die? It's going to kind of be like that. You're going to have events that you love that are going to go away. I happen to know personally, and I will not divulge this information because I've been asked not to, of at least 3 events that will not be returning next year that are very good events. There are going to be new events that are going to be popping up and coming to fruition. But it goes back to the show that we did a couple of weeks ago, and you have to ask yourself, why are you giving a set? And most people cannot and will not honestly answer that. Most people are, in my opinion, on average, not even really equipped to do it. They have not gone through what I like to say is a proper vetting or proper way of doing things, particularly not getting a mentor, somebody that's been doing this for a long time, or somebody that can direct them into how to do it and make it a quality event. Because I am a stickler for quality events and not just an event. Some people don't care. They just, long as they give it an event. But y'all know I have a motto. I have a quote that I came up with myself that I always read on this show, and that is never measure an event by the quantity of the people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a big set or a small set. The important part is that you enjoy yourself and that you go with a pure heart into this dance and do what this dance asks of you, which is to show up, show out, and go home. Have a good time, hang out with people, get to know people, get to meet people. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, man, it is wonderful. Adrian Banfield Norris says there's so much happening. It's becoming a challenge to pick and choose. Absolutely correct. And that to me is in some ways taken away from the enjoyment of the community, because it's becoming a dang on struggle just to figure out where you're going. And here it is. We are literally, Poppy walks around with a calendar now. We literally keep a calendar on us, because all of the stuff that we get invited to and the places that people would like to see us show up, and these type of things, we literally have to pull the calendar out and say, okay, what do we have for that day? Now, don't get me wrong, some of that stuff is written in stone. We already know what it is. But a lot of times, people will be, well, we want you to come here, we want you to come there, and we ain't gonna be able to make it. And then not only that, we ain't gonna always be available. We ain't gonna always want to go, let alone be available. Sometimes we I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that traveling gets to be hectic, especially for me, because I don't know if for those of you who have seen me on the set, you know how much equipment we carry. That's work, for us to show up and do what we do. And so, sometimes I get a little tired. I love spending a weekend at home in my bed. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Linda Brooks, I see you. Oh, okay. Linda Brooks says, hey, Brian, Poppy, Linda Brooks, just chiming in. I saw your picture of Choices in a barbecue restaurant on the West Side. What a powerful message. Thank you, Linda Brooks. I did that piece several years ago, and it's still selling, which is a beautiful thing. It's nice when you go somewhere and you see your name hanging on somebody else's wall. But, it's important, that we get to a place where we're able to all, coexist in this dance respectfully. And sometimes it gets disrespectful with these events. People get to doing stuff that they shouldn't do, stepping on people's dates and, overdoing things. It gets to be a little hectic. As Adrian just said, hectic and expensive. Exactly. And it's costly. And let's face it, y'all, the cost of living is going up. We're not exactly saving money these days. Most people don't have the disposable income to keep moving around and going to these events like that. And so, that becomes a problem within itself. And now that takes me now, remember, y'all, you are welcome. If you're on Facebook, even if you're not, you're welcome to go to Facebook Messenger and chime into the show. You got a question, you got something you want to talk about, get it off your chest. You got a question you want to put in the feed, put it in there so I can answer it. We talking about stuff tonight. We having a conversation, y'all. That's what it is. Inside Steppin', we're having a whole conversation. I'm talking with y'all. It's y'all's turn to say what you want to say. Make it do what it do. Cheryl Head in the house was up, baby. She said the prices are insane. Yes, they are. And one of the reasons why a lot of events are going to be going by the wayside is because of those costs. It's costing them a lot of money, which means in order for it to make sense for them to even do the event, they have to spend more. Therefore, we got to spend more. And if we got to spend more, then guess what? Now we start complaining about what it's going to cost. So it's like, if it's not an event that is literally well worth the price of travel, the price of admission, the price of the clothes, the food, the peripheral things that you got to do and have to be there, you just soon sit home. Let's keep it 100. Then, Pastor D, you got choices on the wall? Oh man, that's what's up, player. Thank you very much, sir. And so it's like those expenses are not going down, they're not going away. So this thing has to, listen, as an entrepreneur, I can tell you what businesses do. They pass the cost on to the consumer, which means we're going to be you're going to spend that money. Magnolia Crescent Orchard says, we just saw an event advertised for 2025 already. We were surprised. Yes. As a matter of fact, just goes to show you how advanced things are. And I'm happy with this particular promoter with their event coming up. It's going to be in Vegas next year. They literally have booked us for June of 2025 already because they know. I mean, it's things are getting hectic out here. Valerie O'Connor says, I try to keep my event affordable, but it's worth every penny. Denim and Diamonds in Minnesota. I have to say that because there are 3 Denim and Diamonds events out here now. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Valerie O'Connor. Now, in the last 2 months, I don't know how long they've been out here. In the last 2 months, I literally have seen 3 different events with the same name. Now, Valerie O'Connor has had Denim and Diamonds name, I know, for the last multiple years. It just trips me out. Now, these other promoters, y'all couldn't think of nothing else. Or you just you don't have your finger on the pulse of what's going on around the community, and you're now naming your event after an event that's already taken place. Now, it's rude, but you may not know. And if you don't know, then the next question becomes, if you don't know these small things, why are you doing a set? This is what I'm talking about when I was talking about earlier, when I say things start to become a problem and people aren't paying attention. Now, if you don't know what's happening, come on now. Kathleen Rose Davis said, we had a derby party and now there's one scheduled for next year in North Carolina. Yeah, I saw that, Kathleen. Again, there's so much. Well, now in that regard, Kathleen, I'm not gonna, in that particular case, because it is revolved around an event that is already taking place, it's kind of like the Juneteenth thing. Everybody and their mama got a Juneteenth event coming up. So it's Juneteenth events happening all over the country, Derby, not as widespread, but still in the same arena. But the Denim and Diamonds, that's just, you slide over this way a little bit, baby. The Denim and Diamonds thing is that's a stretch. And I just think people need to be more mindful and aware. When you go out here and you decide to become a promoter, know what you're promoting. Know what you're getting involved in. Say, hey, producer lady.
Hello, everyone. I couldn't take it. I was like, oh, no, I got to come in here because it was something at the top of y'all.
What did I say?
One would, like Cheryl just put in, I forgot to put the hotel. We were talking about the cost of everything.
Right.
And it's or even people are trying to travel in 4s now. Hotels, $200, $199. It's like, it's crazy.
Well, now the only event that I know of that the hotels cost that much money was the Heritage Ball.
Atlanta. Atlanta and New York.
Well, New York gonna cost. I don't care what. Listen, it ain't even gotta be.
Chicago, you can find some reasonable hotels.
Yeah, but New York, Chicago ain't New York. New York charge regardless. But I'm gonna say this now: when we start talking about cost, then we have to ask ourselves, what's worth that cost?
Okay, so remember we had this conversation last year because I said no. The vendors, the promoters have to charge according to their community and their neighborhood. So like we just discussed, Atlanta's a little pricey. Out California is pricey, and
Tony
New
Anthony
York,
in the house.
Those 3. So if you want to travel, hotel with that food, shoot, now it's even if you go to the grocery store or the restaurant, they about the same doggone price.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is that regardless of those costs, it comes down to value. It goes back to what I always say. Yeah. You can do an event and it can be a pricey event, but are you going to get the value from it? Now, and here's what I mean by that. Hey, Roz, love to glam in the house. What's up, Roz?
Hey, Brick.
Breeze, thank you very much. what I mean is, okay, and I got to use the Heritage Ball as an example because I remember last year when they first announced that they were going to be doing the Heritage Ball was coming back. This was post COVID. Everybody was like, okay, is it going to be as good as it once was?
Yeah, it was worth the $150.
Well, this is where I'm about to go with this. This is my point.
Good Lord.
There were enough Let me tell you something. If you didn't pace yourself at the Heritage Ball,
you was gonna
pass out. So I'm saying that to say, for my money, the Heritage Ball was worth every dime, all the way down to the cost of the hotel, which was more expensive than usual in the Steppin community, probably the highest that I've ever been to.
But if you're familiar with Atlanta, you could have stayed in some other places.
Well, I was about to get to that next. So if you didn't want to pay,
I think what was those rooms? Are they $200?
They were $2 something. If you didn't want to pay the room price for the host hotel, there are 2 other hotels connected directly to that hotel. You didn't even have to go outside, and you saved money in that regard. It was worth every dime. Period. It was just worth it. Yeah. And if you wasn't there, you missed it because it was off the chain.
Right. So now going back to what? Now Rochelle just put it up.
She said the Derby party is different, but taking a name that's already established is disrespectful. Absolutely.
Yeah, Juneteenth, Christmas, all that.
Yeah, right. New Year's. You can't. I mean, what do you do with that? Right. You know. So this is not that is not an unusual situation. Hey, Vonda Powell, I see you. And she said HB 2024 was well worth it. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it was.
And that is definitely a place where if you had to pick and choose events that you were going to go to every year, that would be one of those. If you got to save your money, I would save my money and go to.
Now I'm gonna say this, and I know some people be saying I'm always trying to be politically correct. But I'm gonna say this. I think I have a problem for events that charge me one fee.
Quit hitting the table.
Okay. I'm passionate about this.
She's passionate about to beat the table.
I have a problem that you charge me one thing and you give me all of this, and then you take all of this away and you still charging me that one thing.
Cheryl just said.
Oh, did she?
She said yes, but when your prices increase and you take away things, that's crazy.
Okay, yeah, sure, yes. Yeah. We on the same page. Now I think that's crazy.
I agree with that.
Now that's crazy. So,
but again, we still talking about inflation.
I mean, we
are talking about.
But then it goes up to what Adrian just said too.
What'd she say? Would it help if we eliminated the themes which require people to purchase specific clothing? It wouldn't hurt, that's for sure.
That's what I do like about Jules.
As a matter of fact,
wear what the hell you want to wear.
Sanji Stewart just put a post up today. Shout out to Sanji Stewart.
I made a comment
and she talked about the that's living an A count, y'all. For those of you who don't know. Sanji made a post today asking about the themes and were people tired of the themes or what do they think about themes? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really. I like them. I could pass on them. But at the same time, I have kind of gotten over them to the point where you might see me in something similar or familiar because I'm not going to the store every time we got to go to a theme party. You know how many times, and and her and I have to be careful because we're on camera all the time. So it's like, we don't want to be looking like we got the same, thing on all the time. We able to mix and match, but I'd be damned if I'm going to the store every time I turn around.
It's a good excuse to shop. Most women probably like it, but I think everybody's probably getting tired of the themes. Because if you keep shopping, you got like 12 camouflage outfits.
Right. You ain't going to wear them nowhere else.
Is anybody else sick of white parties? Because I am so over the white parties.
Right. And I was getting ready to say something. Now I forgot what it was just that quick.
Beamer put up a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. Beamer said people still wear what they want sometimes. It can get very expensive. Yes, it can.
You're like coming in a white party with a red.
Now I will say this. Shout out to them Texas boys at Black and Bling this year because they made the white party casual.
Yes.
Now that was cool. How hard is it to put on something casual white? The ladies got white jeans. The guys got, just throw some white pants on, some white slacks, some khakis and some, not khaki, that type of painter pants, with some white shoes, tennis shoes, whatever. That was pretty cool. And as a matter of fact, I heard a few people say they enjoyed it because it was more of a relaxed environment for that Friday night. And, and I saw people having a really good time. And of course, when it comes down to the themes, you got to give shout out to my man DJ Samsonite at Black and Bling, because that camouflage party is always off the chain and everybody comes and they comply. So I gotta, if it's gonna be a camouflage party, that is gonna be that one.
So it's funny about the white parties. Even the guy Ken Hopkins said he's sick of the white parties. Now we went to our first white party in 1994 in Chicago.
Oh my God!
Remember we was in the what was it, Upscale magazine?
Yeah.
That was in 94, and I'm like, it's 2024. We still doing white parties?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that was that was a long time ago. So let's see. Cheryl said, but you had folks in there with red, blue, and all kind of stuff. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I think they should copy off of Pete. They need to pay extra. You come
Good
in
evening,
being
Margaret, Miss
disrespectful.
Legs, Ray in the building. I see you. Michael Rodney in the house. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
No, Sandra, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, Rochella said she liked the casual white. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the casual white was good.
But the whole thing is, y'all, it always comes down to, with the cost of everything, we all gotta be careful, especially now. Food prices are up, gas is up, flights are up, everything is up, and the promoters are starting to feel it because they're having to increase their prices, and it's hard to increase prices on an event when you are not adding anything to it. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There's a whole bunch of stuff I could stay home from. Oh, there's one of them Texas boys. Man, we were just talking about you, sir. What's going on? Mr.
Oh, he
Devin
celebrated
Smith in
his
the building.
birthday too in Houston this weekend.
Yep, Mr. Devin Smith came through. That's right. That was another one of our birthday celebrants in Houston this weekend. Mr. Devin Smith came down and hung out.
We can't
with
remember
Faces of
everybody's
Houston
name.
in
I
the
can't remember
building.
everybody's name.
Yeah. And Beamer Johnson say back in the day you would only wear white during a certain times of the year. Yeah, don't nobody care about this
Yeah,
stuff.
they don't follow that no more. Yeah, you couldn't wear white after
Nobody
Labor Day.
follows any rules anymore. Let's keep it 100, But now, this takes me to, with the decrease in events that is coming. Now, y'all say you heard it here first on Inside Steppin'.
You
The
just
decrease.
like to say that.
You think I'm talking? You think I'm wrong?
No, you like to say you heard it here first. Go.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but
That's what, hey, the news.
But
You heard it here first.
that's right. You heard it here first. So here's the point. Maurice Turner did a rant this week about all the new DJs. I had to make my mind up if I feel some kind of way about that Maurice Turner. No, I don't.
I saw part of it. I didn't get to see it all, but
I didn't watch all of it, but some of the points that he made are extremely valid. There are, and because now, and here's the thing, with the new influx, if you will, of DJs that are trying to come into the game and less events happening, what do y'all think is going to happen next? Think about it. You got a lot of people want to DJ now.
Didn't we see a DJ selling his equipment too?
I did. We
yeah.
did. We saw DJs selling off equipment the other day. And I'm going to expound on what Mr. Turner spoke about in the regard that everybody, just because you can go out and afford to pay for a controller and whatever other things that you may need to play music, does not make you a DJ. My particular
He said he was hard on us. Like, yeah, I got to finish listening to it.
Yeah, well, he was talking about the way people dance, and in regard to the music. Now, his point was, if you don't dance, which a lot of these DJs don't, and you don't even understand how to dance to the music, okay? He talked about the different instruments in the music, right?
Oh yeah, because I didn't.
And when you dance to the instruments, because that's what we did in Chicago once upon a time, we felt the music. We weren't trying to rigidly stick to a number count because there wasn't one to begin with. We weren't trying to make our dance fit into this mold like a lot of people do. They're not listening to the music. Okay? Therefore, to come off that floor and then say, or even not even be a dancer and then say, well, I'm going to play Stepper's music. Because let me tell y'all something. You need to understand one thing. A person can learn to play hip hop, house, name any genre of music, and go play a set. They can go play a birthday party. They can do all of that. And they could be done did it for years. What they can't do is walk onto the stepper scene and play a stepper set. Why? Because they don't know the music, they don't understand the culture, and they don't understand the history. And if you're going to call yourself a DJ, you must understand all of those things thoroughly in order for you to be able to entertain. Because when you're a DJ, you are on stage, you are an entertainer. It is your job to keep the people entertained. My personal journey is when I first started playing music, even though I'm from the culture, I know the history, and I'm a part of everything that this dance is, I would not, out of respect for real DJs, call myself a DJ. I waited until my mentors, and I did have some, and my peers said, oh, you ready. You playing, you doing the damn thing. You a DJ now.
But the advantage you had, I don't know if you said that because I was reading something. You knew the music already, so you had that advantage.
But even listen, but I wasn't so arrogant.
No, yes,
that I said, well, I know the music. Because I have seen some DJs as arrogant as hell, and they trash. That's just keeping it 100. Look, she hated when I say stuff like that.
I'm not.
But I'm keeping it 100.
I agree. I went to a party and I was like, wow.
Michael Samsonite, DJ Samsonite in the building, just came in. He said, if you want to play for steppers, you have to do your homework.
And he
in
has
capital
all
letters.
Caps, yes. And he's from New York,
and
so
that's
I know he gets it.
absolutely true.
You see what Chef Tony said.
That's
a lot
right.
of these DJs is just not ready.
They're not ready. And
remember the party we used to go to in San Antonio? The DJ was good, but they was trying to give him a chance to play steppers music.
He was not good. He was good for something
regular
else.
Music, yeah, for hip hop music, and they kept trying to make him play steppers music. Everybody was running up.
You gotta understand this music. You gotta know this music, and not only that, you have to. Let me tell y'all something. One of the reasons why I have been what I like to call successful at being able to play my box around this country for people who appreciate what I do is because I play in the way that I know that music is supposed to be played based on my time before I ever even thought about DJing. I never thought about DJing. I DJ'd out of necessity because we live in a city where there were no stepper DJs. Nobody here knew how to play the music, and the people here who thought they knew more about the music than me was tearing it up. They was destroying things. So I said, well, let me start playing my box at my set. I didn't ask nobody to come play. And then you got DJs, they call it all over the country. Let me play your set. Let me play. I'll come play for free. Stop it. DJ Barry Hylick in the building, legendary DJ Barry. Yeah. So I had to learn I'm going to just tell y'all my story. Poppy and I were given a set here. We didn't have anybody here to DJ. I was playing my music off of a laptop. I had a couple of other people around here that was playing their music for us, so we could all just get together and dance. That's what it was all about. I rented out a club for 4 months. And I was like, let's just kick it. You know what I mean? Let's just, and that was what it was about. But then it got to the point where I was like, well, dang, we gotta have some music. Dora Barnes in the house. I said, we gotta have Robert Davis. What's happening? I was like, we gotta have some music. We gotta do this thing. What's up, Lamont Watts in the building? We gotta make this thing right. So I went out and I said, let me go on and grab me a controller. And I did that. But and it's funny because I bought this little what is it called? A Vastex. Remember that little white thing I had? It was a little bitty controller, but I was able to play the music with it. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do it this way. What's up, Melanie Fields?
Not cheap neither.
Yeah, I said, let me go on and do it this way. So I did it for a minute, and then I realized, I was like, well, wait a minute. If I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it right. So I said, let me go to the store. I went to the store and I bought my first brand new legitimate out the box controller. Rudy Dotton in the house. My man all the way over there in Boston. What you doing? So I said, all right, I went and bought me a little controller. And so then I started playing my music, playing my box like a real DJ. I was like, okay, I'm cool, yeah. But we would give sets here, and it would be people coming in from out of town and everything, and they'd be like, and I used to say on the mic, because most DJs announce themselves, I'm DJ Samsonite, I'm DJ Rudy, I'm Rudy Dotton, Mixed Master Rudy Dotton, and I'd be going on doing they'd be doing their thing. I would never say nothing like that. But I would say stuff like, I am not a DJ. Yeah, you remember that. I used to say it all the time. I used to be up there playing my box, the floor be packed, I am not I am not a DJ. What's up, Lockman in the house? So one day I was playing, and a bunch of Houston folks was in town. My man Smooth, DJ Smooth, Daryl Greenwood. I said, I am not a DJ. He said, we're going to start calling you DJ such and such. I said, so that was funny. But after a period of time, and I began to build on a library that I already had, I started adding more stuff to it. And I was able to effectively play a set where people were entertained. Remember, y'all, the DJ's job is to entertain you. What was that song used to be out? We...
Yeah, please. I don't know. I don't even know what you're
are
trying
here
to
to entertain you. Help me out, Brick. You know what that is. Anyway, so as time went on and I started taking it more seriously, I started to say, okay, well, you know what? Somebody got to do it. So I did it. Well, before long, I had somebody say to me, hey, why don't you come play this set for me? Okay. Before long, and I got to give a shout out to DJ Stretch Alex, because one very valuable piece of information that he gave me, I'm going to give to y'all. He said, don't ever go nowhere without your equipment. Always have your equipment on deck, because you never know if they're going to need a DJ while you there. And I'd be doggone if he wasn't lying.
Yeah, because that's how you got to end up doing Jules
I
and
did.
Gents.
That's how I started out doing Jules and Gents. And it's always, and it's been a good thing, because people had an opportunity to see my skills. And, we was already there broadcasting, so they needed a little help out. So I helped them out. And this is how things, a lot of people do things a lot of different ways, and they progress in different ways. Sometimes there are people in saturated markets, some of the DJs. But the bottom line is this. If you think that you could just go buy a controller and jump up one day and start playing at music and call yourself a DJ, forget about it. Forget about that, especially in the steppers world. I can tell you right now. One thing that I did, and even a lot of DJs laugh at me about this, I made it my business. I took my controller and I put it in front of me, and my wife can attest to this. And I closed my eyes, blindfolded myself, and I learned to use that equipment without ever looking at it. Why? Because I wanted to know what I was doing. I don't want to be up on the stage making mistakes. That's like somebody coming up. That's like the Earth, Wind, and Fire going on stage and making a mistake.
And
Somebody missing. Huh?
Just human. Sometimes you still.
I don't want to be human. I want to be a machine. I want to play my box. Robert Davis said, I came up stepping to the sounds of Terrible Ted, Cousin Danny, the Maestro Sam Chapman, and Larry Joe. They all did what you talking about. That's right. Man, listen, Robert Davis, you just named a whole list of the greats.
And Herb Kent.
Herb Kent wasn't a stepper DJ.
He wasn't, but I remember going to the day game he was playing.
He was not a steppers DJ.
Stepping in there.
I didn't say you weren't.
Okay.
I'm saying Herb Kent was not a steppers DJ. See, a lot of people don't know that. Lamont Watts talking about Kung Fu Forbes. And as Lamont Watts just made a good point a minute ago, though. He said something about buying a USB and playing a set. Somebody I heard, I'm not sure who it was, is about to start doing sets with a USB drive. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Samsonite said there's 17 to 18 DJs in the ATL. Yep.
Wow, really?
I can believe that.
I didn't know it was that many.
And that's probably what Maurice was talking about. And I mean, of course, we know that there are a whole bunch of stepper DJs in Chicago. And let's just keep it 100, y'all. All DJs are not the same. All stepping DJs, and we all got our own style. So it's a matter of, and it's funny now that is yet another factor when it comes to giving an event. The promoters are going to, people are going to look at that flyer and be like, who playing? Because I can tell you, it's some DJs out here. Whew, man, look, I'm new. I've only been doing this 2 or 3 years now. But I can tell you, there's some guys been out here for a long time, and they still don't get it. They just don't get it.
Wait a minute, Locke said, why do DJs turn the music down off to talk? What? That's crazy.
Well, some
to
of
have
them,
a whole part. I mean, at a party.
Well, they pipe it down just a little bit so that their voice carries more.
Oh, he's talking about like at the party, maybe announcement or something.
Because they like on some MC type. No, okay, like say for example, they are playing their song. They pipe it down just a little bit, and they say, let's go to work, steppers, that kind of thing. And they turn it back up, that kind of stuff. No. I'm just using that as an example, but that's why they do that. Yeah. And most of the time, the people on the floor don't give a damn. They want to dance to keep the music up. See, Adrian Banfield Norris just said she absolutely looks to see who the DJ is going to be. And you automatically know with certain DJs, you already know what you're going to get. Certain DJs, if they got somebody on there that's lesser known, it's hit or miss.
All right, I want to say this. Stepping and they mixing, especially to my older steppers that are on here. It's hard as hell to get off the floor. They mixing, you don't know when the song ended and when it get off, and it's just confusing because the way we was back in the day, I don't remember all that mixing.
That's new school.
Yeah,
that's the Y2K. That's part of the Y2K crowd. Look, let me tell y'all something.
It's a lot trying to figure out how to get off the
Listen
off the
to
floor.
me. When a DJ constantly plays song after song in a mix, it's wrong. It's wrong because we have etiquette. Now listen to me, y'all. All my new steppers out there, right? Understand this right here. It is necessary to give breaks in between songs because the etiquette of our dance is that we switch partners if we want to. There's a time when the floor clears and the floor refills. When you keep a song going constantly, you don't give people an opportunity to break. You don't give people an opportunity. This is not hip hop. We don't need, and then not only that, if you're a musical person, a musical purist like I am, and like many of the elder DJs, especially the ones that just got mentioned by Robert Davis, some of these songs, they don't need to be mixed. Don't touch those songs. Leave them alone. Let the traditional songs and let them play.
Now you feeling that way because you know those songs from back in the day and you just feel in your mind they're a classic because maybe to some of the younger DJs,
Let me tell you what I feel.
They feel it needs to be sampled like, the rappers do.
Let me answer that for you.
Okay.
The same way the dance has taken all these new turns and all these women are turned into spinning tops. Mm-hmm. We didn't do that either. No. Okay? No. All of this mixing and spinning has come together.
You see what he said? I know you like that.
What?
It's like painting over a masterpiece.
Man, thank you, Robert Davis. It's like painting over a masterpiece. Why would you show up with a spray can to a Mona Lisa? That's all I'm saying. Well, I'm using that because it's a famous painting. I don't necessarily like the painting. I'm just saying. So some of this music does not, and Tracy Stewart just said DJ should read the room. Tracy Stewart, let me show you something. You got some DJs that spend so much time mixing and looking for songs because they're not organized, because they haven't done their homework. They can't watch the floor because they're too busy looking at their computer.
And then look what Melanie had said up there.
Well, read it. What'd she say? I don't even see it.
It went all the way up.
Okay, let's bring it down. Let's see. Where'd it go? Well, you can't be.
I don't know. It's gone now.
Okay.
Somebody said something about. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
there it is.
Melly Fields said, "My question is why, when DJs play a song that clears the floor, they let the song play to the end?"
Yeah, I can't figure
because
it out.
Because they know
then that's when you should mix the new song and get rid of that one that clears the floor.
Because they know that if they take that song off, if they're not good at mixing, because every DJ is not good at mixing. If they don't know how to bring another song in, no.
Yeah, I was going to say they could blend the other one in.
It could be considered embarrassing because you know that the song, you cleared the floor with it. And I'm going to tell you something. Let's see. El Lamar said, amen. DJs or DJing have to pay their dues. This is an unforgiving profession. Yes, it is. This makes the event, and maintaining people on the dance floor will add to your DJ journey. Yes, it will. Absolutely, 100%. Well, see, what happens is this. You end up clearing a floor because you're not paying attention to your floor. You don't even know what the vibe is. You don't even feel the vibe. Let me tell you something. Again, let me give another shout out to DJ Stretch Alex, because this is another little gem that he taught me. As a DJ, it's your job to tell a story. When you playing your music, you're telling a story. You're giving the people something to read. They're feeling what you should be feeling as a DJ. Shout out to DJ Myron, the R. One day I was playing, we were in Little Rock, and Myron had to get on a plane. and I was playing next. And I had the music on. I hadn't changed none of the settings or anything. I came right in and I started playing right behind him. And he was standing behind me with a chicken wing in his mouth, eating his food before he got on the plane. And he walked up to me and he said, "Hey man, turn that shit up." He said, "If you can't feel it, they can't feel it." In other words, he wasn't feeling it because it wasn't kicking hard enough. I turned it up, and amazingly enough, just the change in volume made a huge difference. These are the little things that DJs don't pay attention to. And that's just something I learned because another DJ took me under his wing for that time and then other times like it, and gave me some information to help me on my DJ journey. Again, that goes back to what I always say about relationships in this dance. Make relationships, get to know people, get familiar. Nobody in this community is always give me money, give me money, give me money. But at the same time, they will help you. They will. If they see you doing something, they see you trying hard and you working towards something and you doing your homework and you doing your due diligence, they will pull your coat and say, "Hey, why don't you do it this way?" I've tried to do it for several people with this podcast thing. Nobody really takes it seriously, but at the end of the day, I've told plenty of people little things that they might need to know to try to do this or try to get started, whatever the case may be. I'm nice.
Yeah, that's so nice.
No, I'm not. I don't like people.
I don't know. Some people, you help and
they don't appreciate it.
I like what Lamar said up there. He said the guys, they need a break at times. 8 to 10 minutes is good to change partners and have that momentary experience with your partner. Yeah. Okay, I can't see.
It helps create a memory, and it does help create a memory. Those dances, look, them 3-minute romances, man, on that floor. You got to give people something to remember. If you're not playing that music, if you're not playing that box right, them people ain't gonna remember nothing. Because you got guys out here, and I talked about this the other day, that literally give sympathy dances.
Those are the worst dances.
Yeah.
Just say you don't want to dance.
Yeah, and
guys.
Yeah, if you really don't want to dance,
asking now, and then you give your crappy ass dance. Just say no, I don't feel like dancing right now, because I think most women are irritated when you get that old flat dance. Right.
Jerome Cook makes the point that I make all the time on here. Music is the soundtrack of our life. It means something to us. Therefore, what we don't want is to have people butchering up some of the songs. And yes, I feel some kind of way when people, because of the music that I came up with. But at the same time, while we are trying to add a little spice to it, because I do it sometimes, don't get it twisted. There are some cold mixes out here made by some hell of a DJs. DJ Vic, shout out to him. He played some fire mixes. Matter of fact, he played one this weekend. Woo-wee. It was a banger.
You see what he said? It means probably nothing to the younger crowd.
And it doesn't. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, y'all. And don't get me wrong, because I know that this older generation, and I consider myself to be a generation or so down from them, but we're all starting to move on from this. And the newer generations are picking it up. But I want to see it remain respected and respectful. Mm-hmm. And I would like to see, like I said, some songs they don't need all of that. They don't need the mixing. They don't need to be touched. Let them play. Let the people dance to them. Let them get that vibe. There's a time and a place for everything. There are times when I get into it and I will go hard and I'll throw some mixes in there and do the damn thing. But it ain't going to be all night. And it ain't going to be for long.
Yeah, because I like the mixes, I'm going
to do that run. And we back to the basics. We back to the songs that you want to hear, that you want to dance to in their proper form.
What's up, Susan?
Bree say a stepper's dance floor should never be empty or cleared out. Never. I agree with that. In between switching dances, because people do, they have to take the time out. Let me see.
Hey, Bridget.
Tracy Stewart. Flat pity dance is a thank you and walk away before the dance is over. Uh-huh.
And then
Good for you.
Bridget has said something. Did she take it down?
No, I went down.
Oh, okay. She said something. Women have to do sometimes pity dances too.
Yeah, but I don't think y'all act like some of the men do. I've seen some men act a real ass.
Women, I think, being patient and nice, and we excited that the guys trying to learn to dance, especially learning the right way. But I don't think the women act like the men.
What's up, Susu? Jackie Hodges in the building. I see you. Wise Cat. What's up, girl? So yeah, it's but see, but again, these things all play together. They go hand in hand, and when one is off, the other stuff is off. Stepper parties, y'all listen to me now. Stepper sets have an ecosystem, and it all works off of each other. It's cyclical. You have the people who come, you have the promoter, you have the DJ, you have the music. All of these things are going to overlap at some point in some way to make this thing be what it's supposed to be. So these are the things that a DJ must remember. Mark Brown says, as a DJ, the focus should be on the reading the energy of the room, absolutely, and quickly adjusting the playlist to reignite the party atmosphere. Yes. Transitioning to a wait a minute. The thing going too fast now. Shoot.
Hey, Jackie.
Transitioning to a well-received song or a popular crowd pleaser can help recover the dance floor and keep the energy high. Absolutely. It's all part of the craft of DJing to adapt to a crowd's response and keep the momentum going to be technical. Thank you, Mark Brown. You are absolutely 100% correct. And that is something, again, a lot of guys. Now, you also got the DJs, though, in that regard, Mark Brown. I'm going to just put this out there. You got some DJs, they like to try to play safe songs all night, which then, see, and let me show you how this works.
More the commercial
you play
songs.
the safe songs, the commercial songs all night. Then you get people saying, we tired of hearing the same music all the time. Again, you got to know what to play, when to play it, and you can't play the safe songs all night long. You got to be an innovator, a creator. You got to be willing to take chances as a DJ.
Read what Mayor Bridget said. I said she should run
Okay,
from
hold
there.
on. Let me get to this one. Thanks for joining us Saturday night with Steppin' with Style. The DJ needs to know how to read the crowd. Yes, sir. Let's see what
Mayor Bridget.
yeah. Oh dang! You know what? I'm sitting up here tripping. That's Marky G. I don't know why. I'm sitting up here like Mark Brown. My bad, Marky G. My bad. Let's see. Bridget Vanilla dropped Payne White. You got all these daggone names, girl. Well, the men didn't come out the womb stepping. That's right. Some women danced with Joe Rockhead when he sucked. Yep, that's true. So now that he can dance a little bit, he too good to dance with the sister that's learning. Miss me with that. Man, 100% agree. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, because you can't get better dancing if you don't dance with better dancers, right? Somebody got to help.
Super Cool Max says some of the crappy ass dances result from the crappy ass music when the leader is trying to dance to the crappy ass music. I agree with that.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, now look, Jackie Hodges says she want to see us in Atlanta first Friday. Okay, that is a prelim.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's what is that? What is that? June?
That's like next
first
week.
June.
It's
Yeah,
not,
no, we ain't gonna make that one. We booked up. He said it's his government name. All right, Marky. That's one of our co-hosts for World's Largest this year, y'all. World's Largest this year is gonna be off the chain. By the way, the prelims are starting next first of the month, y'all. Get ready because
Atlanta's gonna be off the chain
this year.
First one.
Cheryl said we beating the dead horse because we didn't talk about these folks and they don't get it. No, they don't. But if we keep beating on them, Cheryl, we might get somewhere. And let me say right quick,
Samson, I said he's starting a monthly class on DJing.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. So today, I had a very interesting correspondence.
I agree, Cheryl.
Okay. Let's see. So, this person, I don't know if she wants me to mention her name. She says, a regular viewer of Inside Steppin' on YouTube. I really enjoy your programming. The weekly discussion is always enlightening because I am a new member, less than 5 years, of the Steppers community. I always learn something new when I watch Inside Steppin'. Thank you for that. Even more, I appreciate your coverage of Steppin' events around the country. I'm becoming inspired to travel to different parts of the country and expand my horizons. For that, I thank you, and I thank you for your support. She knows who she is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This year, she has made some suggestions that we're going to work very diligently to get on for World's Largest this year, y'all. We're working on making sure that thing has end-to-end coverage, uninterrupted, unabridged. It's going to go down this year. So y'all can get ready for that. And let me see, it was something else on here that I wanted to. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, point being, y'all, we do this for a reason.
That was very nice. Not gonna say your name, but thank you, thank you. It's nice when people acknowledge,
Yes,
see what he
I
do.
want to,
Because he works so hard, and the bags are heavy as hell. I want y'all to know.
I talked about that earlier. When we go to these events, we gotta carry all that stuff. Y'all don't even understand.
And from watching Inside Steppin', we had the day one of the ladies that events that we went to, we sold 12 pre-sale tickets within about an hour and 30 minutes of this show.
Yeah. And yes, of course, we are working toward making sure that more people get exposed to the different events, because there's so much, the stuff that is going on.
We do a lot of this stuff, announcements and stuff. We don't charge. So it's always nice to give donations. And we appreciate all people who purchase T-shirts and the towels, because the brothers do need the towels.
Yep.
We thank you for that.
Absolutely. Lindo Daniel in the building. I see you. And Cheryl said, well, I noticed only the so-called heavy hitters only dance with heavy hitters. You know what, Cheryl? I think that is subjective, and I say that because it depends. I think sometimes on where they are. There are some events where I see that happen, but there are other events they dance with everybody in the doggone room. So, and I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what their particular idea
They
is
don't
for
want
that.
to maybe do the pity dance. I don't know. They want to dance with the
No,
better
I
dancers?
don't know. Sometimes maybe sometimes they just don't feel like dancing. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Tracy Stewart says so many events going on, cannot keep up. Yep, and that's one of the things we talked about earlier in the show. And I think that, like I've said before, a lot of the national events are falling by the wayside, even though there are others coming up. But look, Susu Watson say, who are the heavy hitters? I'm with you, Susu.
I think they use that word, but I'm thinking maybe.
Now, I would like to know who came up with that.
I don't know, but maybe the stronger dancers, maybe
More popular. Because I think a lot of it got to do with popularity. Because to be honest with you, there are some people that are supposed to be heavy hitters. I don't particularly care for their dance.
I don't know. I hate to hear this. I got to hear it. I've heard it a couple of times. People inbox me and tell me. I hate that sometimes. Well, I'm not gonna say hate. Dislike that sometimes people that come from Chicago that are stronger dancers and come to out of town events and kind of snub people or don't dance with the people. So it kind of gives a bad taste to some of the people about maybe some of the Chicago dancers.
Lindo Daniel said old school are heavy hitters. No, because there's some old school people that still can't dance.
Will those be considered legends, the old school dancers?
They wouldn't, not necessarily. You know, everybody, you got a lot of people that want to call themselves legends. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know who came up with that, the heavy hitters.
Robert Davis said, where am I reading my chats from? Robert Davis, we are on like 6 or 8 platforms, so I'm reading them from all over the place.
Here they are.
Yeah, we got a lot going on over here. So I mean, let's keep it 100. See, and only people from Chicago will understand this. That's why right now I'm getting a response here from Tony Anthony and from Susu, because they're older dancers. They've been around a long time. But you got a lot of people who literally will refer to themselves as legends and say, just because they were around.
Remember we was at a place? Yeah. The man said he was a legend. We're like, okay.
Yeah. So the point is this, y'all. And I don't care if you're not somebody who was around 40 years ago, even 50 years ago. Here's the truth. If you haven't contributed anything to this dance or the furtherance of this culture, how do you recognize yourself as a heavy hitter, a legend, any of that? It is up to others to decide whether or not you're worthy of a title.
I don't know. I guess the people out of town maybe gave some of the other
but most of the people, a lot of the people out of town don't know any better. They don't know. Just because you've been in the world's largest don't even make you a good dancer. You know how many trash dancers been in the world's largest?
Just regular Joe Blow dancer,
And then they come off the stage, and the first thing they want to do is start a class.
And they make it clear, don't even get in the contest if you don't have no, as my daughter likes to say, razzle dazzle. Gotta have some razzle dazzle to get on there. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but this is a good point. She said, what I have, well, I can't see it all. Yeah. What I have seen at all levels, right there. I can see that part.
Brenda Montgomery says, what I have seen at all levels, heavy hitters to no hitters, is friends dance with their friends. If you don't have friends, it's a long night at a stepper set. Now, that can be true.
Now, do you think it's crazy, too? So if people come from out of town and go to another place and you dance with the people in your city, shouldn't you dance with the other people instead of dancing with the people in your city? But you dance with people in your city because you're comfortable and you know them. That doesn't make sense to me. You should dance with other people.
I've seen people go out of town and dance with people that they live in the same city with, which I think is kind of like you should be trying to expand.
Yeah, it's like you're going to the company you're supposed to go.
This is a teachable moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are new to this dance, if you're familiar with the people in your city and you're traveling out of town to go dance, do everything in your power not to dance with the people that you're familiar with. Touch new hands. That's how you develop your dance. That's how you become better. Adrian Norris says, I get turned down frequently, but I try to remember that some of the better dancers want to get their dance on too, and they have the right to dance with whomever. And at the time that I ask that whoever just may not be me. Oh, well, there you go.
I can't believe it. Somebody turned you down, girl. I got turned down. I talk shit all the way.
She was insulted.
I talk shit all the way from one end of Chicago to the next.
Oh, man.
But I was over it after 24 hours.
Yeah, she was pissed off. And I thought it was funny as hell.
But I said, I see how women feel. I mean, it's terrible. You have to even ask, but...
Well, men get turned down all the time. So,
well, y'all stronger. Y'all can handle it better than the women can.
Get the hell out of here.
Look, I got a good move now. I do like this. You want to dance?
You macking, baby.
I got 4 dances this weekend. Do you want to dance? And they look shocked and look you up and down like, oh, okay. So try that, ladies. It worked.
Robert Davis said 50 years ago, damn near everyone could go. You right about still being alive, and to tell the story don't make you a legend. Now, see, Robert Davis, we talking about, and this is partly what we trying to preserve because of what you just said. The people who were a part of the steppers, boppers community, the walkers, and let's not get that confused because that timeline has been muddied incredibly. But keeping it 100, if you were in that community, most of the time you could dance. There were no
and everybody danced with everybody.
And don't get me wrong, there were some
some
standout dancers, but everybody could dance, and it was no big deal. But I'm gonna show y'all something though. One very important factor about that, and I want for those of you who have ever been to Chicago, and for those of you who have not, I want you to listen to me because there's something that you're gonna pay attention to, and I want you to pay attention to it when you go to Chicago. When you go in one of the spots in Chicago and you get your dance on, you'll notice that the people are not trying to look like the person next to them.
Yeah, you're supposed to have your style.
You're supposed to, but that's what you got people who took the dance outside the city and they don't know any better. They think it's supposed to look this way. Mm-hmm. Not only will you notice that they have their own style, you'll also notice that there aren't any people sitting on the sideline going, that person can't dance. That person can't dance.
Yeah, making people feel bad.
It ain't about making nobody feel bad. Mm-hmm. It's about, listen, in Chicago, where I come from, we don't knock nobody hustle. Mm-hmm. Everybody do what they do. They do what they do. And ain't nobody else got nothing to say about it. That's just what it is. And that, therefore, we had and have fun. Mm-hmm. If you want to go to Chicago, don't go when it's an event going on. Don't go. I mean, don't get me wrong. Go to the white party. Go to World's Largest. Go to Dark Kim's party. Go to those. But go to the city when it ain't no big set going on. Take some time out and just go hit the 50-yard line, Heroes, the Blue Note, the Grand Ballroom. The list goes on. What is it now? Not the Dorchester. What are they calling it now? Noble Lounge. Yeah. There are several places that you can go and enjoy a dance. And when I tell you, you're going to have so much damn fun being in a room with some of the same people that you say, that's a heavy hitter, that's a legend, that's this, that's that. They are regular, everyday people. It's like Chicago is like they kryptonite. They ain't Superman no more when they at home because everybody else in the room.
But now I'm going to say this. When you go to Chicago, and we've recommended some people to go outside of big events, and they go, and I don't know what word we want to use to be politically correct, heavy hitters, legends, or mature dancers, or stronger dancers, will help the everyday people to get their dance better. From taking them in the corner, talking to them, or at Donnie Davis class. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
I guess maybe like you
hold
said
on.
earlier, what event?
I got to read this what Beamer said. Beamer Johnson says,
Okay.
you find people stating they are from Chicago. There's your first red flag, etc. Trying to correct the dance and teach it. Then you find out a lot of what they have said is found to not be true when you actually approach those from Chicago and they have never heard of them or have seen them. Why do they feel they need to do this to those of us not from Chicago? I don't understand. Let me tell you why.
I don't understand it.
Oh, I understand it.
Okay, what is it?
Because people want to appear to know something. All right. We all, people in general, right? We move about the world, and especially when you're outside your element. All right. You from Chicago, and then you run across some people that's doing something that you're familiar with. You think, and I can tell you, I've run across plenty of people that be like, oh, I'm from Chicago. We be stepping. No, you're not. Stop it. I've heard it myself. Why you hate it when I do this though? Little
No,
shit.
I wasn't saying
Listen.
because y'all was just thinking of something you said to, you see stuff and you go places, you just be like,
So
wow.
you have people, as a matter of fact, you've had people who literally have taken the dance outside of Chicago, calling themselves instructors, lying to people, taking their money. Do you understand? I want y'all to think about it. I want y'all to think about this. See, I'm about to piss off some people now. I want y'all to think about this.
I'm going to get my cocktail.
I want y'all to think about it. Yeah, bring me a cocktail too. Cause we shouldn't even be going this long, but we out of hell with it. I want y'all to think about this. You got people who they come into your city, they literally have to sell you who they are and then take your money. But here's the real question. Why are people taking endless stepping classes and endless workshops?
Okay, now I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Some people, I think, because at first I didn't get it neither. I look like, why are you spending so much money and years of taking classes? But I think some people do it because maybe they just doing it for social reasons.
Taking the class?
Yeah, because I've seen some people that really can dance and they just taking the class just to go out. Oh, okay.
Don't misunderstand me. There are plenty of people who take the class just to be going. That's okay.
Yeah, Carol,
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the people who literally feel like they got to keep going to these classes and then now see, now I'm about to get into some of Josiah Burt stuff. You take these workshops. They give you a piece of this. They give you a piece of that. Then you go to this event, they give you a piece of this. That instructor told you this, but this instructor told you just the opposite.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be confusing.
Then you trying to incorporate this into your dance, and you have no clue where any of the stuff that they just told you actually goes in the process. Mm-hmm. You really don't know.
No, you don't. It's got to be confusing as hell.
And unfortunately, a lot of people have been doing that for so long, it has taken them an extra amount of time just to get the basic of the dance down. Now, I'm going to give y'all another little tidbit, a clue that you might not know. People think that the 8 steps are the basic. They're not. There's a complete basic dance that allows you to do everything within the dance. And if you do it correctly, you will know where everything that you learn in the workshop goes within that dance. Now, I'm going to let that go. Anyway.
I would like to see also Rose Wellington's husband was out.
Yes, he was.
He was in Dallas for Black and Bling, and then he was in Houston, which I thought was awesome because a lot of people outside of Chicago might know about, might not know about her event. And she's been one of the longest with promoters.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty
She
cool.
got, well,
He
I
made
think
an
30
announcement.
years under her belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to see more of the out of town promoters maybe come out of town. Even though I know they feel they probably don't have to come out of town because their events are going to be big anyway. But it'd be nice to see more of them come out of town to some of the events too, so other people can see them and they would come to Chicago. And they meet the promoters. I think they would come out.
Yep. A couple of things right quick. Kenneth Wynn says stick with an instructor and learn. Get recommendations from your instructor on workshops. Now I agree with that. Let me also say this too, Kenneth, in that regard. It is important to make sure if you got an honest instructor, they will take you as far as they can, and then they will recommend where you need to be next. Because you sometimes they don't have any more tools to give. So that's that. Bridget says 35 years for Rose. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I knew it was 30 something.
Thank you, Bridget.
David Calhoun in the building. What's up, baby? Dawn Jabrat in the house. Winnie Pettigrew.
She just said she was in Chicago and danced every night, 5 days in a row.
Yep. Now I got a question, y'all. What's up, Crystal? Somebody put a question up and said, "Is it time?" Now this is gonna go over some of y'all head because some of y'all too young. Is it time to bring back the dance card? That's interesting. Back in the day, when the ladies arrived at the set, the men reserved dances with the ladies by signing the ladies' dance card. The question becomes, will the reservation be honored? I have had my dance partner snatched up before the song faded. That's not a bad thing, but I don't think people gonna honor it. I think that has the potential to be a mess. But I think it's not a bad idea. It could be normalized, I guess. Chandra Satchel in the house.
It was Crystal's birthday too this week.
Yes, Crystal.
It's a lot of tours.
We missed you in Houston. We seen you over there hanging out in Chicago.
She was in Chicago.
Over there kicking it in Chicago.
She was enjoying it there.
Yeah. I just knew we was gonna see you this weekend. But yeah, so
and happy Mother's Day to all the women. I don't know because the show was kind of in between.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Happy belated Mother's Day to y'all. So anyway, y'all, we done went way over. We running our mouth.
Go up and read, because I want y'all. Darkim's set. I don't know if a lot of out of towners know about that set that he gives. But it was a really nice. Yeah, there it is. It was a really nice event. A couple of my friends.
I'm gonna read his ad right quick. Yeah. We're doing it again. Everything this dance is about in one place, one time, and you and your family and friends. Friday, May 31st, Chicago's premier stepper affair, stepping into summer. With Darkim and Ray Michelle Productions, $20. Stephen Bailey Auditorium, the nice place too, y'all.
Yes, the good dance floor.
West Washington, Chicago's West Loop, enter off Ogden and Washington. Some of the best instructors, KP and crew, Chalk James, Delvin Hayes, and Kevin Dockery. Top quality sounds by Johnny Flo and Eric E.T. Taylor and Terrible Ted. Watch out now. Line dances, all birthday parties welcome, plenty of space for your guests. Free parking, food vendors, cash bar. And you, the steppers, it's all about you. That's right.
And that's a
Cash
nice
Apple
neighborhood.
Yeah, it is. Cash Apple Zelle 312-538-4506 or 773-629-0573 for ticket location. So y'all check out Darkim up there in the Chi-Town, y'all.
Yeah, it was really
doing
nice.
Doing the damn thing. Beamer Johnson says, when you stop paying, they stop dancing. And some even stop communicating with you. Please see that, but see that goes back. That goes back to vetting the people, dealing with please help me understand. They teach you to a certain point, and then that's it. So you move on to the next class. I've spent enough money on this dance trying to learn it to make a down payment on a car. I go to Chicago, and I don't get the negative remarks. I'm confused. I get working on it, and that's what motivates me. The positive. Let's see. Just speaking the truth.
Well, Beamer, it's irritating. I'm
about to piss some more people off.
You hear it all the time.
Beamer, let me tell you something, baby. Let me just give y'all this little information right quick. It's a hustle. A lot of what y'all are getting is a hustle, and that's just the bottom line. Like you just said, when you stop paying, they stop playing. You're not going to get that in Chicago because they know better. Let me give y'all an even better example. If you've ever gone to Chicago to dance, you will notice one very important thing. Very important thing. No party in Chicago has ever been, no big party has ever been over $40. If that.
Shoot, I don't even think.
I'm being generous. Yeah. No stepper set
they went up
in Chicago has ever been over $40.
And no
30
things.
Is and the big party is 30. Anything lesser is from 25 to free.
Yeah.
And I'm just
some
going
of them $5 and you get the drink ticket and you go take it and get your drink.
And I'm saying that to let you know, if you don't think stepping outside Chicago is a hustle, I got a bridge in New York. I'll send you.
Your phone
Pick
about
one.
to blow up tonight.
Pick one.
He about to get some calls.
Pick one. Hey, look, I don't give a damn. Listen, y'all, everybody knows I got an open door policy over here. If I say something that you don't like, I got something you got a problem with, you are welcome to come on here and speak about it. And we can talk about it openly in front of everybody. Simple as that.
Miss Head said she's never got turned down at the Easter Rite. No.
You're not going to get turned down at the Easter Rite.
A grand ballroom, Noble, you're not going to get turned down.
Period. You're going to get your dance on in Chicago, which is also another reason why, and I'm going to tell y'all another thing right quick. When you're in Chicago, not only are you going to get all your dances in, and I forgot what the hell I was about to say. I got so much, man, y'all got so much stuff swimming through my head right now.
I want to say this before we end the show, but go on. Did you remember what you was going to say?
Go ahead, because I got a few more things to say.
People that understand the culture of our city, Chicago, it's a little irritating. I know I've seen a couple posts, people complaining about stuff that Chicago people do. One, the flyers on the table. People put flyers on the
Chicago
cars. People put flyers on the table.
You walk outside of your car,
part of Chicago culture.
All over your car. It's painted with flyers.
Back in the day when I used to do house parties, we had the signs that we tied up on the poles. You stood out, you got off the doggone train. We had somebody on each end of the train passing flyers out. We had the things tied on the L station, just going all down the little anything we could tie it on. So you want to do the Chicago way, you should know the culture and the history. And the flyers are not disrespectful.
Crystal say that's a free fan.
It's a free fan.
A free fan.
No, people keep their flyers. Look at that. Give me them. Look at this, Crystal.
Shit, I can't even pick them all
A lot of people want flyers still. I know you probably part of the younger, be considered part of the younger generation, don't think that, but a lot of people still use flyers.
Oh, let me point this out. Robert Davis just said, if you grab the music with your body, you'll never count again. Doggone it. Robert, I'm gonna have to have a conversation
I just saw
with you, sir.
Dre putting flyers on the cars. I think Sam had recorded and putting the flyers on the cars at a party this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Doggone it, it just came back.
Or people can have a table at the front and have the flyers. Black and Bling did that. That was nice.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is you can go to Chicago. Oh, I know what I was getting ready to say.
Right, Chris.
I know what I was getting ready to say. I want y'all to also pay attention to one other thing. See, I'm going to give y'all all these little nuggets, right? Pay attention to the fact that people in Chicago don't really travel outside the city that much. Your event got to be fire for them to come out the city. Why?
I mean, yeah, because they really don't have to leave the city.
Because they don't need to leave Chicago to get good dances. They are in the Mecca. They going to dance all day and night with some of the best dancers there are in this culture. They ain't got to leave home.
No, spend a $600 round trip on plane fare.
Being honest with you, it's cheaper to fly to Chicago, get a room, and take a whole weekend and hit all the sets.
Yeah, you're not going to spend $50.
You could spend a whole week in Chicago stepping and barely spend $50.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
At all the parties.
And then if you go with some people from Chicago, they can take you to the little off-the-wall spots that you don't even know about where you still going to step.
You still going to get good dances. And that's real. Now, I done dropped enough gems for the night.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I done did too much. Sandra Davis, thank you very much. Lorenzo Patterson was happy. Let's see. All right. Y'all, I'm getting ready to run this. I'm getting ready to, hey, look, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to give y'all a little something right quick. I'm going to show this to y'all.
Somebody said your hair was nice this weekend.
I know. I just said
thank you. I said thank you. I did it.
So, y'all, coming up at the end of the month, my man Jay Most, right, doing his thing with Command Steppers.
Yeah, go get that money.
Now, I'm going to run the commercial, but before I run the commercial, I'm going to let y'all check this out. And this is from his event, one of his past events right here.
This was 2023.
Yeah, this is from 2023. And it's going down again, y'all, for 2024. I'm going to run this ad. Tick Man and Tori took first place, y'all. This is Command Steppers and my man Jay Most right there on the left. All right. Y'all check it out. I'm getting ready to show y'all what's happening coming up here at the end of the month. Y'all get ready for this. It's going to be a fire event.
Command Steppers Minnesota and Team USA Mortgage Brooklyn Park presents the 15th annual 15-year anniversary J Most unique edition Minnesota Steppers and Line Dancers All-Star Bash.
Our special feature for the weekend is the Y'all Can't Beat Us Steppers and Line Dancers contest. We got a $10,000 prize pot, so y'all come get this money. Contact me, I'm Alvina at 651-276-7703.
All right, y'all. So look, I already know. Well, like Poppy says, she think we're gonna catch smoke. I want all the smoke.
You.
Oh, you ain't gonna catch none? Look, I want all the smoke.
It's you that said that.
This Robert Davis said, "B, where online can you see where all the sets are?" I believe who was doing that? Somebody was compiling that list.
They hadn't did it yet.
I think
so.
Cynthia Bean, I believe, had a calendar.
No,
or was it Sanji?
Making up one.
Either
but
Sanji
she's
Stewart
still
or Cynthia
working
Bean.
on
They
it.
were working on the calendar with all of the stuff
It's a
that
lot
was
of
going on. So look, y'all, people. Let's see, is there any sets in Chicago that last an entire weekend? No, Janet. There's no need. Janet, all you got to do is go to Chicago. You can dance all
I'm
week.
trying to see the ones just
Forget
for-
the weekend.
Just for June.
You can dance on Monday. You can dance on Tuesday. You can dance on Wednesday.
Yeah, Bridget
You can
just put
dance
up
on
there.
Thursday. You can dance on Friday. You can dance all day Saturday.
I think
Matter of fact,
Saturday was three
let's
sets
see.
going
Bridget
on.
just put Monday the 50-yard line free. Tuesday, Dayton game free. Wednesday, Visions $5 drink ticket. That means you get to buy a drink with the $5 you pay to get through the door. Thursday, the Blue Note free at Nobles $5 drink ticket. Friday, 50-yard line $5 drink ticket. Saturday, 50-yard line free. Sunday, Heroes $5 before 7.
And I think it's 10 after 7.
Weekend?
Yeah.
For what? And let me tell you,
And this
if
Blue
you
Note. Oh, she got that.
if you don't pace yourself,
Oh, yeah.
I promise you will be in a room sleep on one of them days.
Oh, and remember Kevin Neville's
I
and
promise you.
Maddie B are doing
Yep.
something at the
you
beach.
got the over there at 67th Street Beach. They doing that. Listen, the places she just named are only some of them.
Right.
It's even more. That's just some of them.
Right.
An entire week. So all I'm gonna say is, if anybody got anything to say, hit dogs holler. And that's that.
So June 1st at the Grand Ballroom, they having a party. That's 15-year anniversary.
Classic for Real
That's
Productions.
Daryl Pluckett.
Daryl Pluckett.
So June 1st, if you're in Chicago, there's something going on.
It's
but like
always,
they say, there's always something
going on at the Mecca. That's just that. Ain't no getting around it. But now, my man Jay Mose is doing his thing, y'all, at the end of the month. Y'all go check that out.
Get that money.
It's going to be, go get that money. You say you cold at your dance? Prove it.
It's some Texas dancers coming for it. I'm not going to say who they are because they hadn't put it out.
Yeah, we got quite a few people that, because of Inside Steppin', they're going to be in Minnesota next week doing their damn thing. It's going down, y'all. And I'm looking forward to the prelims. I'm going to be keeping my eyes open because this year's prelims is going to be real interesting. It's going to be interesting because somebody trying to get the crown. We're going to see who it's going to be. But Inside Steppin' will definitely be on deck.
It's going to be
that
exciting.
much I can assure you. All right.
Do they have a website at 50 Yard? I don't know. Google it and see. I don't know.
You know what, Sandra Davis? I don't know. Baby, listen to me. Listen to me, Sandra Davis. Let me give you some food for thought, baby.
They wouldn't advertise it on
the
there.
50-yard line used to be a little place called the El Matador. And there was a name even before that I do not remember because that was way before my time. But baby, look. They not going to show you nothing on the website, even if they had one that's worth looking at. Because the bottom line is the 50 is a legendary place. It has been there for decades. That's my old stomping ground, by the way. And I'm going to just tell you like this right here. All you got to do is show up on almost any day.
I think you're thinking a little too hard.
Yeah,
on it.
don't overthink that.
Fly in.
It's a club in Chicago, and I promise you, one of the days you there, you will be able to go there and dance.
If you fly in on Tuesday, Wednesday, you have someplace to go.
My man Barry Heilich, I'm glad you came on here, Barry. Every Thursday at Soul Veggie.
That's on
over
75th,
there on 75th
right?
Street. Yeah.
It's a vegan restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kathleen Rose Davis said they do have a Facebook page. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, and come early to get parking. Robert Davis said that's right. Jay Trinier, good chicken wings also. I know that's
chicken
right.
Wings are they cauliflower?
No, I think they got. Oh, you talking about which place? You
Chicken wings at 50 Yard
Yeah.
line. Yeah, they do have good chicken wings.
Yep.
Oh my goodness! And Family Den, the shrimp and the fish.
Yeah, we always, whenever we home, we stop in
wings.
the Family Den and we grab us some chicken wings and some shrimp. That's another spot. That's Will Barnes set. What is that? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Will
I don't know what
Barnes
time it starts.
over at
Family
the
Den
Family
on
Den. That's on
Island.
Stony Island, y'all. All right, we done did enough
Free
tonight.
parking.
We done overdid it. You got my dinner ready? Why?
I'm sitting in here.
You don't like me no more, huh?
Not tonight.
Damn it, man. Boy. Hey, look here. I need to trade this one in. Anybody? Dog. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I want to thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with us, with our dysfunctional family over here, where I can't eat because somebody don't love me no more. And
We're drinking cocktails.
that ain't dinner.
No.
What I look like, alcoholic to you?
No, we're just having cocktails.
You trying to turn me into an alcoholic?
We got some cheese and crackers and wine.
Is that right? You better
Thank
go
you.
on.
Good night, everyone.
All right, listen. We've had a great time with y'all tonight. I love when we had these discussions. I love when I get my feedback from y'all. I wish somebody had came and hung out with me and came on a live, but y'all do this to me every time. Nobody ever calls in. Why nobody ever call me?
I don't know. I'm surprised Brick didn't call in or Susu.
I should have just called him.
Yeah, because he's putting a lot of info out there.
All right. Well, thank you, Adrian Norris. I appreciate you, my dear. And everybody else, listen, y'all, I love you. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. We're going to see y'all somewhere real soon because we are going to be on deck. I promise you. Lindo Daniel, what's the number? What's the number to what? What number you need? Hurry up and tell us so we can get out of here. Good night, Rochella.
Yeah, what's the
love
number?
you, baby.
I don't know what to do.
That's my homie right there. Rochella, when I see you, I'm giving you a big old hug. I ain't going to let you go either. I'm going to just hug you. You look huggable. You huggable. I'm going to just hug you. How about that? Jerry Baskerville, what's happening?
No, it's funny. We was at Tony's house running from them bees. Me and her was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I don't know what she's talking about. What number?
That's what I was trying to wait and see. Okay, C to call in. Oh, Linda, you could have just hit me on Facebook Messenger. It's too late now. We getting out of here.
And going to get that money for that contest.
Yeah, that's right. Go on over to Minnesota, y'all, and get that money. We got a lot of events coming up, you guys. We're going to give a list pretty soon of all of the places that Inside Steppin will be attending, and we're going to kick it real hard. Y'all, for those of you who are in the southern region, get on over there to Huntsville, Alabama, and hang out with my girl Trina for her upcoming event, Steppin in Huntsville.
Inside Steppin.
Yeah, tell her you saw it on Inside Steppin. And don't forget my man Ted coming up August. We'll be in
And that's a nice set. They give you Southern hospitality.
Tiny Rock, Arkansas.
They feed you every day.
Yeah, he kept us nice and full. It was a great party. Great set.
And the color's purple.
That's one of those. Oh,
and Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah, we'll be in Pensacola, y'all. What is that? July?
That's in
June. Listen, she got to get the calendar out, y'all. That's all I know.
I wasn't supposed to be on the show, but
that's what happened.
Somehow I end up here. It is right here.
Okay, yeah, Steppin by the Bay, y'all. Pony Mac, Daryl Smooth, Greenwood. My girl Earlene is going down over there. We'll be in Pensacola, Florida on 21st through the 23rd. Hanging out. That's our next step. I'm not going nowhere.
The flyer work.
I'm not going nowhere before the end. Damn, it ain't that far away, is it? We don't get a break. I don't get no breaks. I need a break. Anyway, who? Don't nobody like me.
Somebody.
You don't like me because you ain't trying to feed me, man.
Good night. We love you.
Never measure an event by the quantity of the people in attendance, but by the quality of the memories you create with the people who are present. Don't y'all forget that. I cannot stress that enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, or its advertisers or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.